How cool is modern CSS? I found out about a couple of new functions today. They only work in Chrome, so we can't really use them, but it made something that was in the back of my mind possible, and I was able to throw this together in just a few minutes. So what we have here is an idea for like a circle nav or something. Anything that we could arrange in a circle really would work with this. But I have these elements all in a circle. Okay, easy enough. You can position elements on a screen, right? But they space themselves dynamically with this HTML and CSS no matter how many children you have in there, how many siblings you have. So my thought is you can have this wrapper element, and whatever children you put in there, you'll still have this evenly spaced circle that works. Um, I think that's pretty cool. I think there's a lot that can be done with this. If we look at the CSS, it's not horribly complicated. Mostly what matters is we have the circle nav, right? So it's just the nav component that's wrapping these links. And now these links are where the styling happens for their positioning. Their position absolute, which would put everything in the center. But then we do this angle calc, which, because we can do sibling count, that's the new thing that tells us the total number of siblings there. And then we can do sibling index, which tells us where this sibling lands in its order. We can then calculate the number of degrees they should be offset, and then where this particular one's offset should be. And then using that angle in cosine and sine, and then multiplying it by our radius, we get our positions around a circle evenly spaced. It just works. And if we just change this radius variable, we get a little circle, let's jump it up to 150. And it's bigger. So, I mean, some relative units there might be ideal for like a responsive design, a circle that expands and contracts. I feel like there's so much potential with this. I just like that it's not just another square. We deal with so many squares on the web that I think I find myself wanting to get creative and break out of other shapes, even though they're maybe a little impractical. So then we have our hover animation I threw together, and again, we're just recalculating the positioning, and then it's an add 10. And of course, we could get fancier with this, but this is just to kind of show what's possible with these new CSS things. I was excited about it, wanted to share, and I'd love to hear what you think. Is this something that you could see yourself using? Like, do you want to do something with sibling count and sibling index? What ideas do you have? I'd love to hear about them.